All right. What's happening, my collecting brothers and sisters? I know it's been a while since I made some content, but hopefully you've been able to find a few YouTube videos on sports cards and sports card related content and showing cards out there in my absence. Hopefully you were able to find something, anything. Well, hey, here's the deal. I got 12 low grade, high eye appeal freaking gems to show you. Now, I've shown all these before, most of them many times, but I do not apologize. Some people might think this is flexing because a lot of them are high dollar cards. But I'll tell you what, I love to get high dollar cards. I've got low dollar cards too, but I love to get them. And I love to make the, sacrifices to make it happen, whether that's selling, trading, saving. And then once they're in your collection, they're with you forever. I mean, well, not forever, really, right? We're the custodians, but I mean, they're with you until you decide to sell or trade. Once you've got them in your collection, you don't have to worry about inflation, crazy price inflation in a crazy card market. And boy, I'm lucky, I'm fortunate, I'm grateful because, out of these dozen, most of them I got for, less than what they would go for now because you know, because I bought them before the inflation, the cardflation, which has just been insane. And this is going to culminate, these dozen beauties, these dozen low grade, high eye appeal gems culminate in a brand new purchase that I have never shown before. I've told virtually nobody, and it is a freaking screaming gem grail low grade high eye appeal beauty. And I'm probably going to take it to the national and make it, my big national pickup, even though I picked it up, I've had it for about a month. So even though I didn't pick it up at the national. Now, why would I do it that way? Why? I will explain that when we get to that card. I can be kind of long-winded, so let me go ahead and turn this camera around. Let's get this thing rolling. Oh, yeah. All right, turn the camera around. And change the lighting up a little bit. All right, we're going to go, something I did not mention, my self-imposed rules, highest grade of 2.5. So we'll start with the highest grade here of 2.5. Oh, man, oh, man. My first national, 2022. I was just like a deer in the headlights. I was so overwhelmed, but in Atlantic City, I got this bad boy in a PSA Authentic, and the price was just so much less than any other 52 Topps Willie Mays I could find, and then I sent it to SGC in the PSA holder, comes back a 2.5. I was on cloud, gem mint 2.5. Look at that beauty. Oh, man. I tell you what it lacks in centering, it makes up for in sharpness and just the freshness and the color and the lack of snow and the price. The nice to price ratio, I like to call it. I got this for a fantastic price because it was a PSA Authentic. And then, I sent it to SGC and they gave it a 2.5. So price matters as well. Would I like to have this card centered? Sure. But you know what? This one is just fine. It's plenty of money to have into this card. And I absolutely love it. It is screaming gorgeous. Now, for some people who say that the Mickey Mantle, 52 Topps Mickey Mantle has, that ship has sailed, and so they bemoan that fact. And hey, I get it. And I feel for Pepino Man, who's trying to get one. I hope he does. We're all rooting for him. Anyway, I say, well, why not go after this maze? If you have to sell, trade, save, or all of the above, why not go after the maze while you can still get a low grade, like maybe a 1 that's got some creases and stuff, but is to your liking? Why not go after one of those? On to the next card. We're working our way down in the grades in a Gem Mint 2.5. Oh, this card needs no introduction. I had a 1 that looked pretty nice, but it had an issue that I just couldn't get past. So I sold that and bought this 2.5, and so glad I did it when I did. And this thing is just insanely nice. Let's check out the back here. Look how beautiful this beauty is. And we'll go back and check out the front one more time. Man, oh man. Oh yeah. I tell you what, it's getting harder to do the low grade, high eye appeal approach. I was somebody that was doing it before it became as big of a thing as it is. I mean, I'm not saying I was the only one. Others were doing it as well. But before it became as big of a thing as it now is, I was doing it. What you're hearing is me taking the little, graded card sleeves off of the next set. Those were the 2.5s. We're gonna, we're going to the 2s. We're going to the 2s. Give me a second here. All right. How about another Willie Mays? In a Too Good to Be 2, the 52 Bowman. I mean, is that insane or what? Just absolutely insane. Yeah, low grade, high eye appeal at the, basically what I call the nice to price ratio. Make it as nice as possible. The highest niceness for the lowest possible price. This one has just a little bit of was stuck in something, just some mottled paper loss, but you can still make out all the words. On a cardboard back, I think that is just perfect. To me, this is one of those grading hacks in a Too Good to Be 2. This is a tough card. Look how sharp and clean, solid registration. That is so sweet. So incredibly sweet. All right, where do we go from here? 49 Leaf, Ralph Kiner, in a Too Good to Be 2 as well. Now, here's the deal. This is that color combo you don't see so often that I think is just absolutely spectacular. So for these Leafs, sometimes it's just the color that even trumps, other considerations. The color, the registration, but it's sharp. It is, it is sharp. It is sweet. And it's just got these colors that'll just knock your sock off that are, I wouldn't say they're rare, but they're not as common. Look at that dark ink, just a little bit miscut on top, which might have contributed to the 2 grade, but that doesn't bother me a single iota. Whatever the heck an iota is. I think I might have known at one point. All right, so we got that in a Too Good to Be 2. Man, I just love that card. Some of these 49 Leafs, when they've got the color that's just popping, that thing just pops, man. Those are the refractors of the 1940s. Woo-hoo! Sticking with Too Good to Be 2. How about this Yogi Berra? Now, here's the deal. If you've seen this card, you know how tough the centering is. 52 Topps Yogi Berra. Look at how rich that blue is. Look at the color of his eyes. This has probably an over ink saturation, which I absolutely love. By the way, I have another one of these that's really nice in a 4, but it doesn't have the ink saturation of this one. This one is just insanely nice. Let's check out the back. A little bit of mottled paper loss on the back. Actually, a little teeny bit on the front too, but you know what? This thing is just, this thing's insane. This is absolutely insane. I challenge, see, this is the deal. There's technical grade and then there's eye appeal. Now, to my eye, you could probably put this up. I know this might be hobby blasphemy to some, but you could put this up against like an 8 or whatever. This probably has a much greater ink saturation. To my eye, this would be the richer, nicer card at a teeny tiny fraction of the price. So check those 5 out right there. We've got what? We've got one more 2. All right, one more 2. We got a couple 2.5s, 3 2s, one more 2. Are you ready? In a Too Good to Be 2, the 41 double play from one of Ted Williams' big years. Look at that. Sharp, centered, clean. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. And what a sweet portrait there of the young Ted Williams. And there's that cardboard back, a little paper loss, but nobody cares. Probably just stuck on something at one point. Let's see if I can put that up there, because I'm going to move all these to make room for the next batch. But look at that. Hey, ignoring the numbers, just looking at the cards, I mean, Do those look sweet or what? I mean, I tell you what, those are so sweet. The nice to price ratio. Get the nicest looking cards you can at the lowest possible price. Well, do what you want, man. But that's what I like to do. Of course, I'm also happy to just buy a card, you know. I mean, I don't have to have like the lowest possible grade with the highest possible eye appeal at the best, you know, best possible price. I mean, hey, some of these I paid somewhat of a premium for. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure with that 2, for example, I'm sure I could have probably found a 2 that was, you know, kind of beat up for less money. But, you know, so I'm willing to pay somewhat of a premium. I mean, I'm also willing to buy a 4 that's just a decent 4 if it suits my collection. But, of course, my preference would always be lowest grade, highest possible eye appeal. And you know what? It's kind of cool to see. I mean, I don't know. I have mixed emotions about the fact that that's kind of caught on because on the one hand, it makes it tougher to do it now. But the last card, I did it with the last card, the new card. You're going to love my new purchase when we get to it, I think. I mean, it is absolutely freaking insane. But we'll talk about that more when we get to it. I guess I need to pause this, move these out of the way, make room for the next set. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Woo! All right, now we're moving down to from the 2 grade to the 1.5, the Fabulous Relic 1.5. I tell you what, when I bought this bad boy, notice it's off center of the top, which I absolutely love because it gives you a bigger red rectangle. But one of the things that drew me to this card, of course, you know, the registration, the cleanness, the sharpness. Off center to the top, like I say, I actually, believe it or not, prefer this card this way because it gives you the bigger red rectangle. But one of the things that really drew me was, look how sweet that red rectangle is, which is where one of the places your eye goes visually. See this corner? Well, that's a pretty sharp corner. That corner's got a little, you know, a little rounding. This corner's got some rounding, but that corner is just sharp. I mean, that is just such a sweet, sweet red rectangle here. I absolutely love this card. Absolutely love it. And, you know, with patience is the key. Waiting for the right card. Yeah, so this is just a stunner. If you want to know why it got the 1.5, looks like maybe some rubber bands or something scrunched it there. A little scrunchy over here too, maybe a rubber band, so something like that. But I tell you what, man, that is so sweet. Now, waiting for the right card, being patient. I mean, this became the right card because it was, I know I'm going backwards here, but it was you know, in a PSA Authentic and just looked so amazing to me. And the price was right. So it was just like, man, this is a nice low price on just an absolutely stunning card. At the 2022 National, I looked at all the ones I could find, SGC, PSA, you know, BVG, you name it. And they all looked pretty beat up and they were asking a lot more money. So I grabbed this bad boy. And I'm glad I did. Get this one if you can, if you want, you know, save, sell, trade, get it before it becomes, you know, get just a, you know, well-loved one or authentic, whatever, before it becomes, you know, a lot more expensive. This one almost certainly will. Number 261, it's a semi-high, not the high, but semi-high. I mean, nobody can accurately predict the future, right? But I feel pretty good about that card. All right, we're sticking with the ones. Where do we go next? Now, this was a big time. Now, why did this make the list? And this pristine one, whoo-hoo, this was stuck on I think the front was stuck into something, which is interesting. Maybe they wanted to display the back. You know, maybe they wanted to display the back, what the back of the cards in this set looked like, or maybe they had 2 Joe DiMaggios and stuck one in the album to show the back and one to show the front. I don't know, but I do know this. This is a color you don't see as often, and it is so... I'm going to try a different lighting just to see, you know. Yeah, I kind of like it this way, but see if we can get some focus here. Yeah, the registration, which is so tough, And the color, so yes, of course, stating the obvious, it's off center, but the registration, the color, this was a big time nice to price ratio. Now, I haven't mentioned, prices on these, but this was, I made an offer of $875 and it was accepted. And so, for the price, I thought, wow, for the price, this is just an insanely nice card. And you don't always see this color combo, and I just really, really love it. This green to me is just spectacular. And that splash of yellow that then kind of streaks across, I like that. Actually, to me, that adds to the card for me. So this was big time about just owning the card, the nice to price ratio. So this was about, not spending a ton of money relative to what this card can cost, and owning a copy of the card and having fantastic color, fantastic registration. And so happy I did. The thing is, I could always go, if I really wanted to prioritize, right, save, sell, trade, I could always go after one that's more centered and either sell or keep this one. But I don't feel the need to do that. But, hey, if that happens at some point, then this one could stay in my collection because it's a different shade, or it could go. But, I don't feel any urgency or really any need to do that at all. And I'm super stoked to have that. So price has to be factored in, folks. Like at, $3,000, this is not the card for me. But at $875, I think this is just a screaming, fantastic, buy relative to what that card costs. All right, we're sticking with the ones. Where do we go next? Oh man, you want to talk about a pristine one? Here it is, the Pinhold Pristine One Mutual. This bad boy has it all. I mean, sharp, registration, color. You know how tough the registration is on this set. There's that pinhole, top center in the margin. This is the grading hack, folks. We'll take these all day if we can, but it's getting tougher and tougher. I think, when I got this, there were less people that were focused on this approach, where you find that low technical grade, but the card is screaming gorgeous. I mean, really, would you rather have a older graded 3 that doesn't have anywhere near the eye appeal, or would you rather have this? I'm going to get some focus here eventually. Let's see if we can do that. This pristine Pinhold One. Oh, man. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's kind of validating. I know I said that before, but continuing on, you want to see another pristine one. This thing is absolutely insane. I had a one. I bought at the 2023 National of PSA. I never really cared for it. I mean, it wasn't the copy for me. Let's put it that way, even though this is one of my favorite cards of all time. So I sold it and bought this one instead. And this is freaking, to me, this card is just insanely nice. Little mottled paper loss on the front. But I tell you what, those who know this card know that this is insanely nice. The freshness, the centering, the registration, this is insanely nice. Number be damned. For any number, this card is insanely nice. Am I trying to convince myself? I'm already convinced. Am I trying to convince you? Well, that's up to you whether or not you want to be convinced, right? But I'm convinced. There you have it. Look at that. I love wax stains on the back because that's a sign it hasn't been messed with, or at least, potential sign it hasn't been messed with. Yeah, if you've tried to find these, man. Woo! All right, there's the ones. So where are we going to go next? I'm just kind of showing, 1.5 and 3 ones. All right, now the thing is, we're going to kind of break this pattern. We've been going down in grade, but now we're going to go up to a 2 and then back to a new pickup, which is my 1.5. And I think you'll see why we're going up to the 2. So let me remove these and let's get on. Those of you who have hung around this long, I'm honored for any of the time you'll spend here, but I think you're going to be blown away and really stoked. And so, yeah, let's do it. Oh man, the 41 play ball Ted Williams. Another 41 Ted Williams, and this is my favorite right here, my favorite 41 Ted Williams. I've got his 2 double plays. I showed one of them. The other is a 4, a higher grade, so it didn't make this video, but oh man, a little bit of foxing on the corner and maybe the edges, but the centering, sharp, nice color. Nothing distracting. He's got a little couple pinch marks over here. Not sure, what those are from. Again, could be some rubber band binding or something. I don't know, but okay. Why am I showing this card? Well, because it's another, low grade, high eye appeal, stunning beauty. But this is a hint. This is a hint to the new card that I bought. This is a hint right here. I don't know how big of a hint it is. Let me give you a bigger hint. There were a couple guys in 1941 that were competing for the American League MVP. And of course, this is one of them. Ted Williams. He did not get the MVP despite his epic season with an epic story and ending at the 406 batting average. He did not get the MVP. You probably know where this is going now, but before, let's have this front and center. Before we go there, let me just say a little bit. So, why did I buy this big card prior to the National? Well, it's getting tougher and tougher to find those low-grade, high eye appeal cards at a fair price. And when this card came up, it was late at night, and I'm on the West Coast, so I think the East Coasters were asleep. Surprisingly, I slept on it, but ended up buying it in the morning. I ended up selling a couple coins, an 1805 bust half and an 1806 bust half that I had for several years. But, I can live without them because all the coins I've sold, I have not regretted. I enjoyed owning them, but I've been happy because I'd rather have the cards. So I sold those at auction, and the money will be coming in pretty soon. And it was enough to pay for this card and then a little bit more. So, I sold a couple coins to pay for this card, and I thought this card was priced to me, it was just priced low. And, basically, why did I get it when I did? Because when you see low grade, high eye appeal at an incredible price, you got to jump on it. And I said to myself, if this were at the National, I would have never got it. Never. Because what would have happened is those who get there first, I have the early entry, but those who get there first would have bought it already. Or one dealer would have found it in from another dealer and then bought it and marked it up. And, I can understand why, because of the the low grade, high eye appeal. If you look on eBay right now, to me, this copy blows away every copy, regardless of grade. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and do this. This is the 1941 play ball, Joe DiMaggio. Now, here's why it got a 1.5 from what I can see, because I don't see any creases or wrinkles. It was stuck in an album or something on the back there, but you can hardly notice it. On the corners. You can still read everything. All the words are there. It's sharp. It's clean. To me, that just adds a little character. That's nothing. And now, in a fabulous relic 1.5. Look at that. It's all there, folks. If you know this card, it's a high number, by the way. Number 71. This is a tough card. And this is from, of course, one of his AL MVP seasons, his 56 game hitting streak. That gorgeous purple background. This bad boy is sharp. It's centered. It's clean. It's got really nice registration for this issue. A lot of them have some blue down here, some printer's ink blue. This has a lot of it. I actually love that. I really do. I actually prefer it. Maybe I'm crazy. I am now clubbies with Double D on this one. Now, Double D and I can't speak for him, but, this is my understanding of where he's at. He also sometimes gives on centering and things because just to get the card, right? The own appeal, just to have the card before, prices go crazy, because that way you've got one, and that way you can, you can just keep that one and enjoy it, love it. Or you can, that's what I'm doing with my 52 Willie Mays, right? I'm probably not getting another one because that card's so expensive. The one I have, just really pops. But my preference, and I believe his too, when you can do it, is get that lowest grade, highest eye appeal at the best possible price. And I know a lot of you are, others of you, maybe many of you are doing that too, or have been doing it for a long time, or are looking to do it now. It's so much tougher. I don't even know what to say about this card. Let's just get up and personal with it. There is just a little, I don't even know what that is, but it's nothing, man. It's nothing, literally. I mean, this is just insane. So tell me what you think. I think I'll probably take this to the National. This will be my big take to the National to show off. And, I thought about not buying it, but then I said to myself, Adam, is there really a card at the, would you get this at the National? And I think the answer is no. I would not have got this card, or if I did, I would have had to pay another $1,000, maybe more. Yeah, this thing is just absolutely insane. Let's put these bad boys together. Oh man, this has been probably, even though I haven't mentioned it a lot, it was probably number 1 on my list, or number 1A, 1B. The other one being the white-backed Mickey Mantle 56 Topps. That's now number 1 on my list, but having these two together, having that Joe DiMaggio, I tell you what, I got lucky. Now, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So what was the preparation? The preparation was when I saw this thing, I knew I wanted it, and I knew how I inspected this, and from what I could see on the pics, I was like, this is so sweet. The luck was I was just, on eBay at the right time. I'm just blabbing, man. I'm blabbing. I'm almost to a half hour. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, let me get the other lighting here. Let's close this bad boy out, this bad boy video. Or not so bad boy video. Whatever. All right, I'm done flexing. Woo! 62 years old. I got to get these. I got to get them because, hey, I only got so much time left. Can't take them with me, right? And, I'm blessed. And the most important thing in life is not cardboard, but I enjoy these. You can check it out. Me with DiMaggio. Woo, he was better than me. Me with Ted and DiMaggio. Man. Yeah. Has my approach changed because of all the craziness in the hobby? Oh, look at that, man. Woo! Has my approach changed? Well, I'm not getting, these big cards as fast, and it's harder to get that low grade, high eye appeal at a great price. A lot harder, that's for sure. So I'm just picking and choosing my spots, Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, let's close this out. Thank you for sharing in my joy. I hope you had a wonderful and peaceful time in the vintage sanctuary. Take care, my collecting brothers and sisters.